Hi, Omega Chaos here again with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile, and this time I'm showing my DD deck. So I haven't showcased this deck in a while. Of course, since then, new support has come out in Battle of Chaos, of course, since, of course, January, and I've been working on this deck for some time. So of course right now it's not like super competitive because of the elements and sprites and stuff like that. Obviously right now we are in a tier 0 format, but I think it's still pretty good, I will say. So I guess let's go to stack. So first the monsters. So I use one Go, DD, Divine Zero King, Rage. So I use this as pretty much as a 0 scale to obviously place with the Link monster. So it's pretty good for that. This card can prevent you from taking a Vex effect damage once per turn. So definitely I think it's pretty good. But I generally don't reuse its monster effects or anything like that. Then I use one DD Wise King Requiem, one of the newer DD cards. So it's definitely pretty good going second. It's a good like level 8 boss master, and you also can summon it from the pendulum scale by destroying your Dark Contract cards you control. Then use one DD Orion King Abyss Ragnarok, old favorite. It was really good because of course you can extend your combos with this card in your pendulum scale, and a pretty good monster effects as well. Then use one DD Savant Thomas, pretty good pendulum effect and pretty nice monster effects as well. Definitely pretty good overall. You can of course make rank 8s with this card. Then use one DD Chaos King Apocalypse. I think this card is very underrated in DDs because of course you can summon it from your pendulum scale. You can of course easily place it in your pendulum scale with the Gilgamesh. So definitely it's really good. Of course, level 7 monster you can use with Lamia to make a level 8 synchro like Siegfried. So definitely I think it's really good for that. So you don't really have to like summon another fusion to like summon Siegfried, for example. Then I run one DD Kerberos, which is a pretty important card for your 1-card combos, which can make your DD monster level 4. So yeah, definitely a pretty good as a level 4 monster as well to make your rank 4s as well. Then I run double DD Orphos, which is a good level 4 tuner, as well of course a really good spell trap removal card in the pendulum scale as well. Definitely all around a really good card in this deck, as well as of course level 4 to make your Caesar. Then of course one of the most important cards in the Battle of Chaos set for this deck is triple DD Griffin. That's really good, has really nice abilities. You can summon it if you control a DD monster. If you summon it from the graveyard, you can search for a DD card from the deck, definitely really good. And if you pendulum summon it, you can discard one DD card to draw one card. Definitely all around an amazing card. And of course run triple DD Sword Copernicus, of course really amazing card for this deck, level 4 for Caesar. I can send the Dark Contracts and DDs from the deck to the graveyard, definitely very important card for this deck. Then triple DD Savant Kepler, pretty much the most important card in this deck. You can search of course your Dark Contracts, and it's pretty much a 1-card combo more or less, if you don't have anything else. Then triple DD Swerve Slime, a very important card to make your fusions of course, definitely very nice. And of course pretty much gets your combo going more or less. Then one DD Necro Slime, let's go with the new variant of the deck. Since of course Battle of Chaos, you don't really need to use any more than one of this card. And same with the Lamia. You don't really need any more than one, you just want to make your Siegfried, and that's pretty much it. Because you can easily send it to the graveyard with some cards in the deck. Then now let's set spells and traps, which of course I don't use a lot of traps in this deck. So I use triple Dark Contract with the Gate. Of course, really amazing card, the most important spell card in this deck more or less, because in each turn you can search for DD monster on the deck. But of course, in the summer phase, like all other Dark Contracts, you take ton damage. So that's kind of a downside, but you can kind of mitigate that. Or just send it to the graveyard before that. Then one Dark Contract with the Swamp King, which is like a polymerization and miracle fusion in one, so definitely still I think it's really good. Then Dark Contract with the Battle License, which is pretty good. Another new card, kind of obviously not new anymore, but of course the card from Battle of Chaos is pretty good. That you will just prevent your opponent from summoning like more monsters, like more than one Link, Synchro, or Xyz, and of course you have to control the monster of that summoning type. And also, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a TD monster or TD Pendulum monster from the extra deck or graveyard to your hand. Definitely good for recycling as well, so I think it's pretty good, I would say. Then I run triple Erase Map. The main purpose of this card is search out the Sound Kepler more or less, because that's the most important card. You also search out Sound Copernicus as well. But of course, you have to normal summon the card, so you can even use its effect at all. And also you have to halve your life points, which means in time it's a really terrible card. But you have to use it more or less. Of course, if you are in danger of going into time, you're probably going to side this card out. But it's definitely still very important. Then 1/1, obviously because you run quite a few level 1 monsters. Then triple Allure Darkness. So of course, all your monsters are dark, so makes sense. I think it's pretty good for draw power and all that. Because you might replace it with like another going second card, but I think it's pretty necessary, I will say. Then the only going second card I use in this deck are triple Dark Rule and No More. I think it's pretty much the only going second card you need, because this deck definitely needs all of its pieces in the deck. You don't really have a lot of room for like hand taps and stuff like that right now. So yeah, I think it's pretty much one card answer to pretty much everything. We don't have like a corner trap or anything like that. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. Then of course one Cobra Grave. Obviously it's not as popular anymore, but I think I still need it, because in my local like Estonian meta, I guess hand traps are still very popular and can be good sometimes against the elements as well. So yeah, I still use it. Then the only 2 traps I play. One DD Headhunt, of course, you can easily search out with Griffon. So it's another like disruption, negate your opponent's monster's effect and take control of it. If it's X-Deck monster, it becomes a DD monster. You can like you'll go overlay with Deus Machina's overlay pretty much. So definitely really good card. And then the last card in the main deck is Dark Contract with Eternal Darkness. So now I use it in the main deck because it's really good against a variety of decks, against any Synchro deck, against any Xyz deck, or against Fusion deck. Obviously the main TRC threat is the Fusion deck, so it kind of works against the elements a little bit. But of course it can summon from the graveyard mostly, but it still stops them a little bit. And also, of course, we have Flounderies as a very popular tribute summon deck as well, so it stops them as well. So all around, it's a really amazing card. You're definitely going to be able to have like 2 Pendulum Scales all of the time, so definitely it's not going to be dead. And at worst, it's just another Dark Connect you can destroy with Marking X and get that effect. So that's for the main deck. Now let's the next deck. So of course I use 2 the Deviser King Deus Machinax, the main boss master. That's of course from Battle of Chaos. They're really amazing card because you can just Xyz someone over any DD monster you control. Pretty much like a Zodiac, for example. So that's really amazing. And once per chain, so it's not even once per turn effect, that you can destroy a Dark Contract you control or detach 2 Xyz materials when opponent activates monster effect, and then you add that monster to it as Xyz material. Of course, it doesn't stop the effect or negate the effect, but still I think it's really good disruption in a lot of situations. And it's a really good beater as well. Then one the 2/1 King Kali Yuga. Obviously in this deck you can't summon it in your opponent's turn. I would wish for that, but I think still pretty good, but I might consider taking it out because I'm not sure if it's really necessary for this deck. Then I use one DD Wave with High King Caesar. Definitely a really amazing card. It's kind of like double rule columns because it's not a once per turn effect. You can negate, of course, any card effect that includes spell summoning a monster. Definitely really amazing card. It's not hard to summon it in this deck at all. Then one DD Marksman King Tell. It's really good because obviously if you send from the field from the graveyard, you can send any TD or Dark Contact card from the deck to the graveyard. So that only sets up your graveyard for Lamia and Necroslime and stuff like that. So of course you over it over any rank 4 TD X monster. Then of course I run one TD Wave Hiking Caesar. Obviously use it, summon it, and then you can summon King Tail over it, or just if this card is sent from a field to graveyard, you can search for any Dark Connect card from the deck. So that one is really good for sure. Then the only non-TD card I use in deck is one Digimon Arsenal AS Zeus Sky Thunder. Definitely a really good card, obviously. You can just easily summon this card, but just summoning one TD monster, you can actually go straight into this card. Definitely really good. Like field wipe, obviously, in some really iffy situations. Then the only synchro I play in this deck is one TD Curse King Siegfried. Unfortunately, I don't have anything like Baron de Fleur on it. So obviously that card is way too expensive for me. But I think Siegfried it's just fine. Then the fusions. So I use one TD Flame Hiking Genghis. Definitely pretty good. Obviously not that important for this deck's combos, but in certain situations it's definitely pretty nice. Then to TD Flame King Genghis, the most important fusion in this deck, obviously, to summon TD monster from the graveyard, and of course very important for your combos. And of course you're going to use 2 of these to make the High King Caesar as well. Then one TD Oracle King Tiarch, still pretty good as a level 7. You can summon to make a Siegfried with Lamia, and of course if you will get the effect damage, you will gain life points instead. So definitely pretty decent card. Then of course the only Link monster I play are 3 TD Abyss King Gilgamesh. Obviously very important card for this deck, and of course you definitely need 3, because in some combos you would actually go summon all 3 in one turn. And obviously if you Link summon this card, you can add 2 scales to your penalty and also get doesn't damage. And also it will destroy it by anything opponent's card. You can summon a TD monster from the next deck in defense position, which definitely is really good. So definitely pretty much the most important extra deck card for this deck. So now I'm going to show you the main combo for this deck. So now let's show you the main combo for this deck. So you just need 3 cards: Summon Kepler, Summon Copernicus, and TD Griffin. That's pretty much I guess the cards you definitely want in your opening hand. Otherwise the combo will not be as good, I guess. So I guess first of course you're going to normal summon your Summon Kepler and search for a Dark Contract. I'm going to search for Dark Contract with the Gate. To activate it, and activate Dark Contract with the Gate, search for TD Swirl Slime. Then you're going to use Swirl Slime effect, fusion summoning with itself and TD Griffin for Flame King Genghis. Then activate Swirl Slime, summon out Summon Copernicus, then Genic 1 Copernicus, Genic 2 Genghis, summon Genghis from the graveyard, and summon Copernicus. So sending to the graveyard TD Lamia. And then Griffon's effect activates in a new chain. And then you search for a TD card, which is going to be TD Headhunt. Of course, as a disruption in your opponent's turn. You can make Sea Summon with these 2 into a King Caesar, and then you overlay over that as well for Marksman King Tail. Then you're going to link some with these 2. to Abyss King Gilgamesh. Then chain link 1 is going to be Gilgamesh, chain link 2 King Tell. Going to send another TD card to the graveyard, and it's going to be Necro Slime. And with Gilgamesh, I'm going to put Chaos King Apocalypse and Abyss Ragnarok in the Pendulum Skates. Then what you want to do, you're going to activate Necro Slime. Okay, and then it doesn't really matter which other Digimons you're going to banish. And then you're going to summon out another Genghis. You don't want to activate Abyss Ragnarok here, because otherwise you will be more vulnerable to Nibiru. So first, going to of course exit someone into Wave High King Caesar, and then activate Abyss Ragnarok's effect to summon out your Wave King Caesar back from the graveyard. So at this point they can't Nibiru anymore because you have High King Caesar. But of course Nibiru is not played that much anymore anyway. So of course you get some damage from this as well, as well as then you will obviously have 6 life points. Of course that doesn't really matter. Then going to link some with these two and go for another Gilgamesh, so that you will get to the graveyard from the field to search for Dark Contract. You don't need to fuel someone or anything like that. If you would have another scale aside from this, you will get this, but since of course it's a 3-card combo, you'll get this, but since we don't have that, you will just search for Ban License, which can be good in some situations, and also it can recycle Digimonsters, of course. Then we're going to banish 2 Digimonsters from the graveyard. It doesn't really matter which ones. To summon Chaos Caplux from the Pendulum Zone. Then you can activate Lamia. You can either send Gate to the graveyard or License. I think in this case just send Gate to the graveyard, but you might decide differently. So you can summon Lamia from the graveyard and synchro summon into Siegfried. And then I'm going to exceed some with my Digimonster for my King Machinex. Then activate my Battle License from the field spell zone and set my DD Headhunt. And then pass turn. So what this field has a spell Trap Negate with Ghost King Siegfried. Then we must double rule colors. I guess the reference, obviously most people probably get. They can negate anything that will spell on monster twice, because it has 2 extreme materials and it's not a monster turn effect. So that's already 3, I guess, disruptions. Then with of course with the trap card you have another monster negate. Of course they control as well. And with this you will have like another 2 disruptions. Obviously you can destroy your Dark Contract, get another exit material under it with the active monster effect, and then after that, if they activate another monster effect, you want to absorb a monster, and that's 2, because you will get 1 with the first time, and then of course that will be another disruption. So all around it's 6 disruptions with this particular combo. Of course, the more Dark Contacts you have, the count will be even bigger. So you will have another Dark Contact, you will have 8 disruptions, and of course you add 3 then you will get 10 disruption. But of course, that's pretty unlikely at that point. But again, it's just an example. So it's definitely a really good combo. You're not going to get the combo all the time, but a lot of time you will get this combo. So I think, again, like I said, it's a very underrated deck right now, but I think it's really good. So I hope you enjoyed this Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. For now, goodbye and Omega out.